Howdy YouTube, today we're taking a look at EDOS's video game superstars. From Tomb Raider, we've got Lara Croft. This is actually a really cool figure. I'm really excited to get this opened up and out of packaging. A retro old school character from the original Tomb Raider video game. Featured, I believe, initially on the PS1. The first PlayStation. Great memories as a kid playing a lot of games on that. In particular, Crash Bandicoot. Tomb Raider was definitely up there. I think it was a PlayStation exclusive from memory, and then later on they started releasing it on other platforms as well. But really cool. The packaging on this looks nice as well. You can see the Tomb Raider at the top there. The actual character itself looks straight out of the video game, so I'm excited with that. Lots of cool accessories, which you'd expect with a toy from the 90s. What have we got? Starring Lara Croft. Nice shot there of her with the PlayStation controller. And comes with wicked weapons and ferocious foes. You don't get that sort of packaging these days. I love the detail on the Uzis, the shotgun, machine gun, everything. Really excited to get this opened up and out of packaging. To me, a big problem with toys these days is that they don't have that same attention to detail that they did back in the 90s. In the 90s, they wanted your money and they got it, I guess, by giving you a good product. Now, it's all about economies of scale, all about reducing cost. That's why with figures like the new Star Wars figures, as an example, they have no articulation, much like a figure from over 10 years, 20 years ago. And that's crazy. Anyway, that's a rant for another video. One thing I just want to point out to you, you can see this is from 20 years ago. When you get stats on her bust, waist, and hips, you will not find that anywhere remotely close to a toy these days. I like the stats on the back: 5'8", 110 pounds. Again, I crack up with those stats. I don't know why you needed to tell us those. Just a side little note. Again, my girlfriend is a huge Tomb Raider fan, and from what I heard from her, apparently the original size of her bust, I guess, was an error. They were supposed to be a lot smaller, and they mucked up, and it ended up becoming such an iconic part of the character design. Anyway, let's move on in the interest of time. Let's go with that. Attitude, she has lots. Favorite weapon, the 9mm Uzi, which they give us. First game adventure was the original Tomb Raider. The story of Lara, again, I love this detail. You don't get this on modern toys. That's fantastic. A good bio of her. You can pause this video and have a read of that. I'll bring it forward so you guys can hopefully see basically the history leading up to the first game and in the first game. Alright, with that, let's get this opened up and out of packaging. Just a quick little side note that I absolutely love. If you look at the backdrop to the packaging, you can see it is a level from the Tomb Raider game. That's sick. Anyway, let's get on to the figure. Okay, so here we have Lara Croft opened up and out of packaging. Now, she is a victim of the times. There is a lot of problems with this figure, but I don't care about that. I'm just enjoying it for what it is. We'll start by looking at the accessories. We've got the Atlantean guard. There's a sinister looking creature. Reminds me a little bit of the gremlin from the Halloween Simpsons episode, the one that Ned Flanders gets. My favorite quote from that episode is, "Look how cute he is, he's trying to gouge my eyes out." That's what this reminds me of. It's cool. It's that translucent type plastic. Great detailing on it. He's got like a metal claw. I think that's pretty cool. Awesome. So that's that. And then we get the evil bat, which looks nasty. One of the common villains from the game. Very cool. Now, I normally don't do this, but I am going to do it just to show you the detail and how good things were back in the 90s. There's her trademark Uzi. Great detail on that. It looks exactly like it did in the video game. One of the things I love, one of the first games I grew up playing was GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. And what was so great about that is the disproportionate dimensions of everything. The guns were always ridiculously huge, and that, like, look at the Uzi compared to her hand. That's what we've got with these accessories, so it takes me back, I guess, to my childhood, which is why I love this so much. We have the, I guess now it'd be the equivalent of the AA-12. This was the shotgun from the game. Nice accessory. And then finally, we have the Tony Montana machine gun, equipped with grenade launcher and everything. I love it. The accessories on these are fantastic. And then we have Lara's pistol. I'll bring it forward so you guys can take a look at her face. She definitely, much like the actual video game itself, the graphics have not aged well, and I guess neither has this figure. Swivel head articulation. She does have her backpack on the back. One thing I love is that it's all soft material that they've used for the belt and the pants. I think that's great. Just add something different to the figure. She does have no articulation in the waist, so swivel head. She's got this weird, it's kind of like a primitive ball joint before ball joints were really a thing. She has a pinky in the air to be fancy. And then the other one is molded to hold a weapon, and then swivel in the legs, nothing in the knee or nothing in the boots, so very limited in how you can pose her. You do have to be very careful, otherwise she does fall quite easy. Overall, a really cool figure, great nostalgia value, great accessories, takes me back to when I was a kid. Has it stacked up to today's standards? Not even close, much like the original PlayStation game the first Tomb Raider was on. It has not aged well, but having said that, it brings back a lot of good memories. It is a cool figure. If you can find this, well worth picking up. Before I end the video, I just want to tell you guys to check out the new Tomb Raider games. I was pleasantly surprised when I've played the last couple of ones that have been released on Xbox, which was an exclusive, and now I think the newer ones are on PlayStation as well. They are fantastic. They are really well-made games. You hear very little about them, and they don't get publicized anywhere near as much. I think part of that is they release them around the same time as a lot of other AAA games like the Call of Duties and so forth, which is a mistake. They need to fix that and promote Tomb Raider more, because the games are actually extremely well made, graphics are great, story is unbelievable in some of the newer games. So do yourself a favor and check those out, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this review on the video game superstar from Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.